We just got some very interesting news regarding a new large icons LEGO Lord of the Rings set that's rumored to release in late 2027, as well as a smaller set that could be indicating the return of smaller playscale sets in the future. If you enjoy LEGO Lord of the Rings content, hit like and subscribe, and now let's get straight into the rumors. And the news come from Samwise Briggs, who says that the next big Lord of the Rings icon set will be no other than an updated Battle for Helm's Deep set. The set is supposed to release in summer of 2027, just like Minas Tirith did this year, and it's rumored to include over 6,000 pieces as well as over 8 minifigures for a price tag of $550 US. But before we get into some speculation, I just want to remind you that I haven't seen any other credible leaker talk about any of these news, and while I do believe that Samwise Briggs wouldn't lie and that he has some sources, I would still advise you to be careful and take it with a grain of salt. So don't get too hyped up in case it turns out to be false, but if it's true, I'd love it. The rumor he posted a day before that was regarding an Icons Era set, but it seems like LEGO will actually redo Helm's Deep as a bigger display set, which is something that was to be expected. About 8 minifigures sounds incredibly low for a $550 set, and it's easily my biggest worry. Over 6k pieces seems pretty fair and realistic considering Minas Tirith, but it seems like LEGO is slowly but surely decreasing the amount of minifigures in those sets, which is sad to see. This is a massive battle with thousands of soldiers and characters walking around, so 8 figures just really doesn't cut it. It seems like we were really blessed with the big minifigure lineup of Rivendell, and while the number could still end up to be bigger, I wouldn't get my hopes up all too much. In the minifigure lineup we could see a new King Theoden, which I would love to see, even though it's gonna be hard for LEGO to top the old version, which was literally perfect. Alongside Theoden we could see Haldir and some of his elven soldiers. We would likely see Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli, and maybe if we're lucky Eowyn, who was present during the time in Helm's Deep, even though most of her scenes got deleted. With Minas Tirith not including any opponents, I would expect Helm's Deep to do the same, but this opens up the chance, and I would almost say that it would be LEGO's duty, to finally release some battle packs alongside the set so we can build up our Uruk-hai and Rohan armies. The Battle of Helm's Deep is easily one of the most iconic battles in cinema history, and not getting any Uruk-hai would be a shame and just would not work. According to Samwise Briggs and his sources, it seems like LEGO is not gonna include the wall to the left of the Hornborg, which had a pretty cool feature on the old playset, and it's also pretty interesting to not include it. The wall to the left is pretty iconic, important, and also required to represent the location the right way, but seeing the most recent Lord of the Rings sets makes me confident that this one is gonna look just as great, and since all of the remakes improve the locations quite a lot, I wouldn't worry all too much about the design choices. Besides the big Helm's Deep set, it seems like LEGO is gonna continue to release another smaller set a little earlier in late spring/early summer, and this time it's rumored to be a Prancing Pony tavern, which would be absolutely amazing. While there's probably a bunch of people who would have preferred Edoras over Helm's Deep, I'm pretty sure that almost everyone will be happy about a Prancing Pony LEGO set. It is currently rumored to cost at least $120, the piece count is unknown, but I'd guess something between 1,000 and 1,300 pieces, and the minifigures are unknown as well, but according to the leaks it's at least gonna be 5 of them. The 5 obviously have to be Aragorn as Strider, which I would love to see an updated version of, as well as the 4 hobbits, which we already got quite a couple of, but they have to be in here, and I would love to get Baliman Butterbur, the owner of the tavern. I'm also hoping for some Nazguls to recreate some of the iconic scenes, but I don't really expect LEGO to include any of them, which is sad, but I guess to be expected. I'm sure the build is gonna be solid and similar to the smaller Harry Potter playsets, certainly not as good as the giant Lord of the Rings sets like Rivendell or Barad-dûr, but it's great to see them releasing some smaller and more affordable sets. The big question is if this is finally gonna lead to some playscale sets and a whole wave with battle packs and everything else that fans really wanna see, but I honestly don't think that's the case, at least not in 2027. The Prancing Pony could easily just be one of the smaller icon sets like the Balrog or Sauron's helmet, and since we haven't heard anything about other smaller sets or something that would indicate a playset wave, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Besides that, I'm super excited for both Helm's Deep as well as the Prancing Pony set. I think both choices are very logical for the next sets and they will likely be a day one pickup for me. But what do you think of the currently rumored sets? Did LEGO make the right choices or should they have picked different locations like Edoras? Please share your thoughts in the comments down below. Now I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would highly appreciate like to support the channel. If you're new, go to the subscribe button. If you want to check out some other videos, look in the end screen right now.